This is Omar Ahmed for IFL TV in association with MTK Global via Zoom. I'm joined by boxing manager of Regis Prograis and also Amo Williams. How are you doing, Sam? All the way from LA?
I'm good. Thanks, Omar. How are you?
Yeah, all good. Of course, we were just having a chat just now that in London things are starting to reopen in the whole of the UK, really. How's things over there in LA?
I mean, it's starting to open up too. It's some parts of the state, like, in California, you drive up a few hours, a little looser on the restrictions than in LA. I think it's a little more strict out here, but it's great to finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. Man, like I can't wait to things resume to normal, like I think everybody else is.
I'm sure you're missing work, and over this last couple of weeks, you would have had to be talking to Regis quite a lot because there's been some development, if you like, in his career. We were expecting the Maurice Hooker fight, of course, it was announced, and we thought it'd just get rescheduled. What is the situation with Prograis and Hooker at the moment, Sam?
I was expecting the same thing you were expecting, for it to be announced. Regis has been in the gym. Regis has been staying ready. We were waiting, I think I've been bugging everybody from from our promoter to, the zone to try to get some answers. Like, when are you guys restarting so we can get the fight rescheduled? And that's what we're anticipating. All of a sudden I'm starting to hear that rumors that, Maurice can't make 143 and they're going to move up to welter, which kind of came out of nowhere. Regis has stated that he doesn't really want to move up to 47 just yet. He has unfinished business at 140. He wants to go back and fight Josh Taylor in a rematch, which was a tremendous fight last year. He wants Jose Ramirez. He wants to regain his belt at 140. And going up in weight a little too high, putting on some muscle, is a lot harder than to come down back in weight. So our position was, 143 is agreed upon weight. We'll give him 1 pound. We'll go up to 144. And, he has to come down to 144. Maurice took the position that he's going to go down to 145, but nowhere lower than that. So we're literally 1 pound away, and it sounds laughable. We're 1 pound away, but, I guess for each guy, the 1 pound matters. And I think it's stupid on Maurice's part to do this all of a sudden now. It's disrespectful to do this to us. If you knew back in March and April this was going to happen, or if you, when the fight was originally supposed to happen, or if you knew when you came into camp 3 weeks ago to see Bomac that you were not going to make 143, 144, why didn't you tell us 3 weeks ago? It's just messing with Regis's career by doing that. Disrespectful move by them. Not something I'm happy about, but it's boxing. It happens all the time, and we have to regroup. We've had to, and it's fine. It is what it is. My guy's more valued than Maurice Hooker. Good luck to Maurice Hooker finding another fight that was going to pay him this much money.
Of course, Eddie Hearn is promoter of Maurice Hooker. Have you spoke to him about this 145-pound sort of catch weight thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's a constant conversation between Lou DiBella, who's Regis' promoter, Eddie, myself, in trying to resolve, and Dino Duva, the BoxNation promoter for Hooker, and try to find some middle ground. Where can we meet? Where can we make happen? Again, our position, we believe we gave him more. We sort of leaned a little more towards a pound to help him out. Now, if they don't want to go make the weight we originally agreed upon, that's on them. And I'm not. If my guy wants to remain at 140, I'm not going to jeopardize his future for Maurice Hooker fight right now. Regis beats Hooker at 47, at 54, at 200 pounds. It doesn't matter. It does. They don't really care. Hooker can eat 10 cheeseburgers. Regis can make weight in a second. But I look into my guy's future fights, and we don't want to jeopardize that by having us struggle to make weight in the future because we, moved up too much off our current 140-pound division.
Aside from Maurice Hooker, what are the other options at the moment at 140? Let's exclude Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez because, they're trying to get that undisputed fight on for next year.
Yeah.
What else is there for Regis at 140?
I mean, that's the $1 million question right now. It's like the challenge that I'm having every single day. Who else is out there at 140 or who can move up from 135 that would make sense? That's sort of available. You got Josh Taylor in his path with a mandatory and probably a rematch, probably a unification fight with Jose Ramirez. You got Jose Ramirez fighting Postal from I hear August, I think, and they're probably going to collide at the end of the year. So most likely, neither guy's going to be available to the end of the year. And right now, it's my job to try to find some options to, to really keep Regis busy, get him some good fights. Regis doesn't back down from challenges, and Hooker was a perfect fight. It's like number 3 versus number 4 guy. And if Hooker would have told us 3 weeks earlier, maybe we could have did Regis against Baranchuk. But now Baranchuk, who's I can consider him number 5 or 6 in the division, based on the ratings, right, or pound for pound ratings at 140. Now that's not an option anymore. So that kind of Hooker telling us so late screwed us in that sense. Look, I've sent a list about 15 guys over to my promoter, and I said, here's the names, like anywhere from like probably the most unlikely, which is Broner. That fight, would love that fight, but I heard he was a rapper and wants $10 million a fight, and anybody, I've threw out the name of Jorge Linares if he wants to move up to 140. I've threw out the name of maybe Pablo Cano who beat him, maybe
Algeria,
Ergashev, like any of those guys at 140. Like I kind of give us the names, and Regis doesn't really back down from challenges. So, whoever those names are out there, we're willing to consider them. We're willing to look at them and make those fights happen. He's been out of the ring for way too long, and we need to get back in the ring. He's an old school type of fighter. He's always training, and he wants to get back in the ring ASAP.
All right, a couple of more things. If anyone from Maurice Hooker's team is watching this, have you got a message to them?
Make the weight. Make the fucking weight. Stop playing around. You're not going to get this. See, my thing is, I just hope he's getting the right advice from whoever's giving him that advice. Because this, it's a different market coming out of this pandemic. It's a different situation. A lot of, Eddie's openly talked that fighters we need to be matched tougher. There's obviously the question of Gates and the possibility of Gates not being there for the next foreseeable future. Who knows when you'll be able to fight and get a payday? Now, I just hope that he's not rejecting this offer, and he's going to regret it in 3-6 months when he's sitting on his couch and being like, shit, I still don't have a fight. And in the meantime, you could have struggled a little bit, probably, made the weight, fought Regis, most likely got knocked out, but you made quite a bit of money. Instead, you're going to take a risk and go the other way. Okay. I mean, if that's the advisory giving him, then maybe they should do that. I don't know. I can't speak for what his plans are now and what he's going to do at 147 and who the guys he can fight, but you know better than me. 147 is a stacked division, a lot of killers out there, and it ain't going to be any easy fights out there at 147.
Just lastly, of course, I spoke to Ammo Williams a few weeks ago. I don't want to go through the whole sparring video thing. We're over it now. But just how is he, and do you think he's just learned from the experience, Sam?
Yeah, of course. He's a young fighter. He's I think he learns every single day. He he understood what happened, and I think you guys had a great video. Appreciate for doing that. And he speaks from his heart. Like he said, he didn't mean to disrespect anybody. But hey, we got a future main event, and maybe Ammo Williams against Anthony Fowler. So, which hey, I'm actually excited about. It sounds like they. Oh, of course, look, does it happen next? I think both guys could fight a couple more fights and and build it up a little more. But yeah, I love that fight for Ammo. It's a great fight, and Ammo's started boxing at a late age. Doesn't have a lot of amateur fights, but as a fighter, he's way ahead of his curve, and he's got a tremendous work out here sparring with David Benavidez and holding his ground. He went up in England when we were out there, and he sparred Callum Smith in Liverpool. He sparred Zurdo Ramirez, 160-pounder, sparring guys at 168, 175. He doesn't back down from challenges. So to watch that video and really understand who he is, like that's not who he is. You know, his goal wasn't to embarrass the guy, beat the guy up, any of that stuff. Like, and I think he explained it very well to you. So yeah, so like, you know, for Ammo, he is, I think, would be moved rather quickly once the pandemic restarts. We want to keep him busy. He wants to fight. He just sent me a message actually a few minutes ago. He can't wait to get back in the ring, and I'm really hoping that once the zone restarts in the late summer, that'll happen fairly quickly.
All right, Sam. We'll look forward to seeing what happens with this Prograis hooker situation. But anyways, yeah, take care of yourself, and I hope you speak soon. All right.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Omar. Have a good evening over there.
You
Hopefully, see
too.
you soon.